Welcome YouTube back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about when you're on a budget and you are thinking about the most important thing that you are putting on your wedding. So you're being careful with what you're spending. These are 7 things that I'm going to say you do not need at your wedding. Do not spend the money. Use the money on something else. All right. So let's Number 1, you do not need to mail out RSVPs or your save the date. What I would tell you to do is to set up a wedding website, put all of your information on there, send everything out, do a blast and send everything out to your guests. And this is where they will get the save the dates, and this is where they will get their RSVPs and all the information from the RSVPs. And you will get your guest count from that wedding website. All right, so I suggest that you do a wedding website and do not mail out your RSVPs. Do not mail out your save the dates. Do you know how much money I just saved you? All right. Number 2, wedding programs. All right, all right. Now, remember, we are on a budget. Your guests will not read this wedding program because everything is moving. Everything is moving when they come to your wedding. And so it's a lot to do. People are mixing and mingling. They're going to the bar, getting a cocktail, getting to know each other. If they haven't seen each other in forever, no one is reading the wedding program. And I know most you're saying, okay, well, we're going to put the program, and before they come in for the wedding, I'm going to place them in a seat. Everything that I'm saying to you, I've had a client say to me, by the way. So I'm just repeating what's been said to me. We're going to place them in a seat. When they come in, they'll have something to do. When they're sitting down, they can read the program. No, they're not. I've been doing this for over 2 decades. No, they're not. They're not going to read the program. And, insult to injury, they're going to leave it on the doggone take the seat that they were sitting in, so that I have the pleasure of cleaning that up and trying to figure out where the recycling bin is. I'm telling you, I'm keeping it real. I'm looking for the recycling bin because we are not trashing all of that paper. Killing the planet. No one's reading it. So let's not do the wedding program. If you want them to have the agenda, send it through your wedding website. Number 3, menu cards. I'm smiling because no one reads the menu cards. How do I know? I get asked, what's on the menu? As I'm walking around greeting the guests, what's on the menu? There's a whole menu card in every seat, every guest. If you have 200 guests and you have 200 menu cards stuck inside of the envelope, stuck inside of the napkin, I promise you, I can tell the stories. Well, what's on the menu? What are we having this evening? And I'll be like, okay, you got a whole menu card in that napkin. You gonna try to read it because the bride spent a lot of money. Now, mind you, I don't say this to the guests, or I wouldn't be sitting here. But that bubble is saying, you got a whole menu card. If I tell you how much money that bride or that groom or that couple spent on that menu card, try to read it. I'm just saying. They're not reading the menu card. If you have a buffet, we can put the menu, we can put label the menu items on the buffet. If you have a plated event, because I knew that was coming, Well, what are they going to know if we have a plated event? When you do your RSVPs on your wedding website, you send that out to your guests on the wedding website as well. Number 4, don't do favors at your wedding. Okay. I'm gonna be laughing throughout this entire video, so please forgive me. Once again, I'm 2 decades in, so when I'm laughing about this, that's how many favors I have at my house, or that's how many favors that I'm bringing home from this wedding. I'll be like, OMG, did they spend all this money and no one is taking the favors? Keep in mind again, there are no one's have anything. They have nowhere to carry it. Where are they carrying it? They have their drink in one hand. They may have some past hors d'oeuvres in the other one, and I promise you that favor's gonna sit on their table. Now, but if you're on a budget, you're on a budget. So let me stay that way. So no favors. Don't do cups with your initials on them. Don't do favors with your initials on them. They will stay on that table. And let me go ahead and put a bug in your ear. What people normally say is, what I'm going to do with that with their name on that cup? The only people that may keep that would probably be your immediate family. And I'm trying to get that out of my mouth. All right, so no favors on the table. All right. Number 5, brides. And if I'm doing same sex or brides, do not change your dress or your pantsuit. I've had both to happen. If you're on a budget, how are you buying another dress? Don't get mad at me. I'm just giving you the information. If you are on a tight budget, we're not changing our clothes. We're going to enjoy this entire outfit that we're in all night. Now, if you able to get something, changed up on that dress where you can unzip it at the bottom maybe, or I don't know, add a little, shawl around. Okay, we'll go for that. But if you're on a tight budget, we're not changing. No wardrobe changing. Let's enjoy what we're going to enjoy what we're in. And most dresses get bustled, so that's a nice change in itself. All right. Number 6. Okay, this one is going to be in reference to your bar. So if you're on a really tight budget, I say do a beer and wine bar. Make sure you have your Miss Bev and water. I've had some clients, I've had to sit down, and this is where we teach etiquette, where you can't have a bar with just liquor. You have to be able to provide for all your guests. And maybe your guests, maybe they do drink. I drink. But there are moments where I just want some water or a beverage, or tea, lemonade, or soda maybe, and I don't want to drink. So I've had to explain to guests, clients, that you just can't have beer and wine without Miss Bev. But if you're on a tight budget, I would suggest that you do beer and wine, no liquor. That will blow your budget up. It would blow it up. So just beer and wine, Miss Bev, and water. And do a sweet tea or lemonade or non-sweet tea. Have the variety for your guests to enjoy. All right. Now, I was not going to sneak this one in, but I'll go ahead and sneak it in. I'm not a fan of cash bars, but if you are adamant about a cash bar, you can do that. That can be expensive as well, because that is based on what your guests are going to consume, a consumption bar. And some venues they will charge you a certain amount of money for that, so be careful with that. I would suggest, if you're really, really strict on your budget, and beer and wine is okay, what we said, but you still want to knuckle down on what you're spending, do have open at the beginning, take a break, shut your bar down during dinner, and then open it back up when you get ready to invite guests to dance. So partial open at in the beginning, partially open at the end. So the guests, you'll be able to filter that in for your guests to enjoy. All right. So learn a little bit, maybe take a tutorial and learn how to do a wedding cake. Or I've had some couples go to, Publix makes some amazing cakes. Do not sleep on Publix. Do not sleep on where you can get a wonderful cake at a good price. And again, you can decorate it. You put a few flowers on there, some fruit. Look at some tutorials on how you can bring that cake to life if you don't want just a plain cake. A plain cake. All right, and that dessert station, no. The only way that I would say yes to a dessert station and you're on a budget is if you can have family members bake different desserts and they bring that to your wedding. But keep in mind, they would have to set that up. You are again on a tight budget, and you can't expect someone to set up your station without them charging you. So if they're going to allow you to set it up, then do that. If not, if you have to buy that dessert station from a caterer, do not do it. All right, then. We are coming to the end of my video, and those are the 7 things that I'm going to say do not put on your wedding if you're on a tight budget. You're not going to miss out on anything. You're still going to have a beautiful wedding. There's lots to do. Okay. Thank you again for joining me on my video. And please do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button so I can continue to bring you more videos. Okay, until I see you again on my next video, have a good one.